Yo, how's everyone doing? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Darren, and today we're going to be talking about how to buffer throws with King. So this is definitely a more advanced technique that a lot of King players usually eventually grow into doing. I think it's very important for all King mains to learn, early as possible, because it just makes your throws come out a lot faster and a lot more consistent too, right after certain attacks. And for people who are newer or don't really know what the term means, essentially it just means inputting your next move while your current attack is still active. It might sound confusing, but I'll give an example. So if I do 1-2, right? If I want to buffer a throw, we'll use giant swing, right? His fastest throw. I would start the input right after I finish inputting 1-2. So if I do 1-2, right after it's finished, or I'm gonna say right after it's finished, right after I let go of that second attack, I'm going into my next input. So I would do 1-2 into giant swing. So if you look on the left side, you'll get a better idea of how it looks. So instead of waiting for the 1-2 to finish, I do it as soon as I input 1-2. Once the 2 is done, I go straight into the next move. And on the screen, you'll still see King finishing the move, but I already started the next input, okay? So that's where the buffering comes from. A lot of characters can do this, but in King's case, it's very special because he can buffer throws pretty much out of anything. So the first one I want to show you is, I think, the one everyone should train with, and it's down back 3. And the reason why I want people to train buffering throws with King out of this move is because you have a lot more time, right? Or I guess a lot more active frames to do this. So if you're doing a 1-2 buffer, you're gonna have to do it pretty fast, right? Because 1-2 comes out in 10 frames. Down back 3, as you see, comes out in 23 frames. So if you see that, if you look on the left side, look how slow I'm inputting my giant swing. And that's buffering right there. So because I buffered my giant swing, it means that it's gonna come out immediately after the animation is done. So once down back 3 is done, giant swing will come straight out. There's no doing down back 3, waiting to do a giant swing, because I'm doing the giant swing input in the middle of the attack, okay? So like I said, at first it's gonna seem a little difficult, but if you practice it over and over, it will make a lot more sense. I can do it, very quickly, so it's a little different. I'll try to slow it down, because you can always just start with breaking down the input, right, of giant swing. Look at that. Look how slow I'm doing it, right? Usually I do it a lot faster, right, like that. But you can slowly rotate it around so that the giant swing will come out right after down back 3 is finished. So yeah, as you see, a lot of people don't know this, like, to this day, because I've done it for years, right, since I've learned this ability with King. But even now, down back 3, to hit somebody with this move, a lot of people don't know that he can just automatically go into a throw, right? So it works with tier 1 twister as well, or giant swing. And you can also do muscle buster, but giant swing and tier 1 twister seems to come out a lot more fluid, as you can tell, immediately after the animation is done, okay? So like I said, no need to feel like you need to rush into it. The first step is to do it slowly and see the feel of how you can get a giant swing to come out, because giant swing can come out in different speeds. So when you're buffering your throws, you're gonna have to do it at a certain type of speed, right? If I'm doing 1-2, you can still buffer slowly, right, into a giant swing. But if you notice, look how long it's taking. King's already done, and I'm standing for like a second or two, and then the throw is coming out. But if I buffer it as fast as possible, the giant swing will come out immediately after the 1-2 is finished, right? If I can get it, there you go. You see that? So it's gonna come out as fast as possible. The faster the buffer, the faster the move will come out, right? And the less lingering time for the move to come out, because that's the goal. You want to be able to do a move and have a giant swing come out. And when I say he can do this pretty much out of anything, I mean out of anything. It just, you can do it. Down 4-2, down 4-1, down 3, down 4-4, rising 4. Look at that. And there's a little bit of pushback, right? But if you hold that forward, you can reach your opponent. Whoops. See, this is what happens when you mess up a giant swing. There you go. Sometimes I'll do it too fast and I'll get the wrong input, just like that, right? So that's why it's important to learn how to do it at a certain pace and then get it consistent and then start doing it over and over, speed up the timing, okay? But like I said before, down back 3 is what you should start with because you have a lot of time, a lot of leeway to buffer this throw, right? You get a feel of it, right? Doing it slow, getting that slow rotation movement of the giant swing, then start to speed it up. And once you get that down, now you can do it out of essentially any move, like I mentioned. Down 4-2 into giant swing, down 4-1 into giant swing, down 4-4. It's endless, right? You can do that. Down 4, you know, it's really awesome. You can do 4-4-1 into giant swing, right? Like that. Just like that. Like I said, it's all about getting that timing down, right? And this is huge. I think all king players should learn how to do this. It's so strong because a lot of players will not know this, right? That you can have his throw come out immediately after a string or after a low, you know, because a lot of times people will walk up and grab or stand for a couple seconds then throw, and it's too obvious, you know, in my opinion. So with the ability to buffer throws, your throws will be coming a lot more snappier, quicker, and in instances that your opponent might not even realize, like down back 3. The fact that you can rise up into a giant swing, a lot of people don't know that. So trust me on this. I think you guys should spend time learning this mechanic because it's just gonna make your king's throws a lot more stronger, okay? So, and you can try it with pretty much any move. 4-4-2, it's a giant swing, right? It works as well. So, like I said, it's up to your imagination to use any move, but in my personal opinion, the key ones are down back 3, down 3, down 4-2, down 4-1, 4-4-2, because it's so plus, right, on block that it's even better, right? So this move right here, practice this, is so good, especially on block, because they're left standing now, right? Yeah. Ooh, another one. His slam, right? Which is crouch dash, 1+2. So, let's see. You see that? Even though you're -4, some people might just stay there, right? So if you buffer it, it's gonna come out right after you do your slam. See? Just like that. Even over there. Just like that. You see? So there's a lot of moves. Certain moves I would choose more than others, but you know, any move you want to choose, essentially you can just buffer into a throw, okay? But make sure to use those key moves, down back 3, down 3, down 4-2, down 4-1, because these are a lot of King's best moves and pokes. So it's definitely a lot more advantageous to use those options when buffering to his throws, okay? And like 4-4-2 is a very strong move, right? So, and you have more plus frames, right? More advantage to have the time to buffer into the next throw, right? So, like I said, take your pace with it. Just get the input down, get the rotation down as slow to medium to fast, right? Because once you get that down, you can do this out of any attack King has, right? And depending on the move, the faster it'll come out, okay? So always remember that. You have a lot of options with King that you can just buffer into the next throw. So I hope this was informative and helpful. Definitely let me know down below if you would like me to explain this a little bit more. It might seem confusing, but it's definitely simple once you get it down, because you already know how to do a throw, right? I'm assuming. If you already know how to do a giant swing, T1 a twister, muscle buster, then all you have to do now is get that feeling of going from a move and inputting that throw in the middle or immediately after you input your string or your low attack, right? Out of any of those. So like forward forward 2, just like that, you see on the left side. So I input forward forward 2 or forward forward neutral 2, and then I immediately input my giant swing right after I finish the input. But on the screen, you're still gonna see king is still recovering, right? And it's gonna come out immediately. So that is all I have to say. I'll see you guys in the next video. Hope you enjoyed. Thank you for watching.